we could go out and eat birthday cake and whatever. And I don't knock anyone that does it. I literally don't care what
She
anyone
does
else eats.
donuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, eat whatever you want. So we can eat a standard American diet and it's no big deal. It's very acceptable. But if you eat things like meat, eggs, sauerkraut, you're all of a sudden a weirdo.
Wait, why is that?
And you're going to kill your cholesterol. It's going to be high. And now you're going to die of heart disease and blah, blah, blah. But yet you eat a standard American diet and you're just fine. It's so backwards.
That's so, the
It's
food
so
triangle upside
backwards.
down. That right there, folks, is Erin Oprea, today's guest on episode 11 of Not the News. How exciting, right? Fun.
I love her so much. We've known her for years, but to hear these stories on this level, I mean, just makes me adore her even more.
It is terrific. And, if you haven't seen the Gary Sinise interview from last episode 10, it was wonderful. And thank you, Gary, for doing that. And I heard so much great feedback on that.
I mean, he is such a special person, and I feel so fortunate that he gave us his precious time and sharing those stories. So yeah, if you haven't listened to it, it's a must listen. He's a master storyteller, and his story is an incredible one.
The first one I actually went back and watched that we did. So
yeah.
And by the way, we're getting big time now because now we have a clothing sponsor for me at least.
Okay.
Do you yet? No.
I was gonna compliment you on your outfit,
So
but then I knew it was Carrie.
There's this men's store that's affordable and they have exclusive brands, and it's down in Wedgwood, Houston.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Simon Says, and they do a lot of the styling for like country artists, and just if your man needs style, go to Simon Says. So they got they have like Mobby jeans, which I think you'd only get in LA and just a few other spots. And then a John Varvatos shirt. So
I love it. I love the monochrome look.
So there you go.
You did. I'm so proud of you.
I know. Isn't
He's
great?
come so far.
We're kind of
you
getting
guys.
big time here, but we want you to sit back and enjoy this episode 11 with Erin Oprea. Erin, what is the hottest thing you are on right now?
Ooh, hottest thing. God, there's a lot right now. You want all the ones that are going to cause controversy, right?
Well, I know you do stir things up. I know, and
Okay.
you're not afraid of it, but you get a lot of it.
No, but I don't do it purposely for controversy. I
No.
do it things that I 100% believe in, and I educate myself on topics before, and I dive deep into stuff. And I have a problem with diving deep into stuff before I talk about it on socials. And right now, I'd say nicotine. That one, man. I am.
So you go to this convenience store and buy a pack of cigarettes and just sit in your car and
that's
smoke the
plain.
cigarettes to get the nicotine.
You know what? That's really funny. People are like, I didn't know you were a smoker. I was like, yeah.
Wait. I need you to explain.
Okay, so it's a nicotine patch that I use. It's a very clean one. I actually have two brands that I use, and one sticks better than the other. So if I'm going to sweat more, I wear one. But there's so many benefits in low doses. Like a cigarette has like 25 or 10 mgs up to like 30 mgs of nicotine. And the problem with that is all the other stuff that's in the dip and the cigarettes and the vaping. It's the carcinogens that are in that. It's not in the nicotine patch in low doses. So I use 3.5. So I take a 7 milligram patch and I cut it in half. And there's every benefit. If you guys could read the messages I get about I cured this. Like if you have your back hurts, you could put it on your back and it will take the back pain out. Your knee hurts. If you're struggling with long COVID, you're struggling with
you get into the science of how it actually works. But nicotine is addictive at certain levels, but
Is it at 3.5?
no.
but it pulls everything else in from the cigarette, which is what's bad for you. The nicotine itself is not
The nicotine
element that's
itself
bad
is
for you.
not the bad element.
Yeah.
But if you go down the rabbit hole and watch why all of it behind back in the 90s, you'll be like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
So why were we led to believe that it was nicotine that was so bad?
Well, I just suggest everybody go do their own research on that. I know why I believe it was led to be bad, but I want everyone to go down the rabbit hole and make their own educated decision of what they believe. I like to introduce people to topics that I find super intriguing. So I wear a patch most every single day. It's great for energy. I actually got my husband wearing one too. And he says that he doesn't want the nap in the middle of the day, which is kind of crazy because we get up early and he usually would want to nap like 1, 2. When
we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
the days he wears a patch, he doesn't. He just
It gives you
realized,
energy.
and it's not even like you just realize you're not sleepy. It's not like you're like, it's not like a caffeine kind of energy. It's just like you're very alert.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the feeling of it.
Like a productive
Yes,
feeling.
and a lot of people with ADD, a lot of Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. I mean, everything, any neurological stuff is really good for. So I want people to take from this, say, wow, that is really interesting. Go ahead and judge me. I don't care. And then go from that and start researching. Dr. Ardis is a really good one to start with. He's
Dr. Ardis, how do you spell this name?
A-R-D-I. Oh, shit.
Ardis.
We'll put it in the show notes.
A-R-D-I-S, I think.
Okay.
He's really cool.
Hey, take that 4 shot there, Levi. Levi will go and find the name of that doctor, and he'll put it right on the bottom
Levi's
of the screen
the
when we're
best.
talking. Levi is the very best, and I know you've
Everybody
known him for
needs
a
a
long
Levi.
time.
Everyone needs a Levi.
But how many rabbit holes do you go down a day?
Well, I usually stay on one, but I stay on one for like weeks and drive my husband absolutely crazy because I tell him every night all the new stuff. I mean, I have books and podcasts. I mean, I listen to book after book. I don't read books. I listen to them.
Yes.
Because I listen to them like on the bike. Like
Right.
I'll have a 3-hour bike ride or I'll go for a long run. I have books going always. People listen to music and I listen to books.
Right.
And Sean's like listening to like wizards, and I'm like, oh no, I want to listen to something that's going to benefit me.
Right,
Like,
you don't wanna waste your
educate.
time.
I like if it's not going to educate me. I've never listened to a book that was just for fun, like everything for me. Like I'm on this crazy journey of learning everything I can possibly learn. It's been really fun. Like the last 3 years, I've been doing this, and it's been so fun. I've learned more in the last 3 years than I've learned in my whole life. I feel like.
I still have so many questions about nicotine because is there anybody who should not try it?
I mean, you can always talk to your doctor first.
Okay.
What's your doctor going to say? Because
Don't
it's
do
so
it.
funny with the with the medical
Most.
profession and this whole emerging peptide thing and these different alternate medicines. They're clashing right now. And I know you just got back from Vegas and you were at a conference and you saw that clash right in front of your very eyes right there. They won't talk about certain peptides. They'll talk about others.
Yeah, it's such an interesting world. So, like, I actually have a doctor that I have several doctors that, like, my stem cell doctor. Him and I have. When I started going down the rabbit hole, I was like, "Hey, have you tried him yet?" And he's like, "No, I haven't tried him." He went and got him that night, and he tried. He's like, "Holy cow, this is unreal!"
Right.
And so then he started doing his research. I talked to my hormone doctor, who's also my gynecologist, and her and I have been talking about it. And she's like, "Oh yeah, that's been known. That's great."
Dr. Naomi Pascal is so smart on this stuff.
She is, because she was actually a pharmacist before she became a gynecologist, which makes it, she's like double whammy. She's super educated, not only on peptides, but all the alternative medicines, but also the pharmaceutical medicine. She's educated all the way around it, and she doesn't just stick in one lane. She's open-minded to all the other science, which I find so, I've had her on my Instagram several times for like lives. She's so
I've
amazing.
watched it. Yeah.
She's really good.
Yeah.
It's really overwhelming, though.
It is overwhelming, but the thing is, just take one thing, study, and then go to your next thing. But that doesn't mean you just leave that thing, because you need to keep refreshing new information, and you need to listen to both sides. Yep. If I only listen to the good side of nicotine, and then you got to listen to the people who are going to bash nicotine, and then you listen to both sides, and you're like, wait, this person is completely wrong. When you listen to what they say, if you listen to both sides, and then you make an educated decision, and that's when you decide if you want to do it for yourself. Nobody should take what I say. Like, you should not say, oh, Erin said, use a nicotine patch. No. You say, wow, that's really interesting. I'm going to go research it and then decide if you should use a nicotine patch.
That's exactly what I say about watching the news these days. No, seriously.
It is true.
It's like, if you see something, that's one viewpoint. That's one expression. You need to go research it and see how it impacts you personally and go from there. And I love how you do that. There's so many peptides, though. They're
peptide for everything.
Everything.
But only people say, oh, when I say, yeah, man, I love peptides. Oh, semaglutide, you're on Ozempic. I was like, no. That is a peptide, but it's one of a million, and that's not necessarily what I'm talking about.
Right.
How many peptides are you on?
Oh, it depends. I cycle a bunch. So it's like some days might be 5, some days I might inject just 3. It just depends. And I do pretty much all injections except for topical. I use topical peptides too, which is SNAP8 and GHK-CU. And you mix them with hyaluronic acid and you just put them on your skin.
Is that effective, like topical?
Those two are effective topical for skin. They're not going to be effective. Like GHK is really effective if you inject it for inflammation, for all sorts of different things. But it's better for your skin if you use it. It is good for your insides, but it's not going to really fix your skin unless you use it topically.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I love how you are so outspoken about all of these things, and you say do your own research. But when you post about this stuff, you get a lot of heat.
Yeah. I don't mind.
I know, and I love that about you because you're putting the information out there and saying go and do your own research. But what do people say?
Oh, what do they say? Oh, I'm a quacko. That's a big one right now. I'm a quacko.
Sure.
I was like, of course, I'll take quacko, but I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, you engage with them to a certain point before it gets ridiculous. You're like you converse a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind. That's the thing is, my feelings don't get hurt, but they like to go personal. Like they like to take it like really personal, and it's kind of funny.
Right, and it's not like you're running to their house to inject them with this stuff, or you're telling people make your own personal decisions.
Just presenting information.
But man, peptides are a game changer. I mean, if pretty soon. Maybe not pretty soon. We'll see how many years it's going to take, but there's the future of medicine.
Yeah, I agree. And I take them myself. I have 4 shots laying on the counter for me in the morning that are pre-prepared, and I love them. And I did the same thing you did. I've talked to doctors about it. I've talked to Naomi about it. I've done my research. And then I see how it affects me, and I'll either continue using it or I won't.
How has it affected you?
The methylene blue, the blue drops in water.
Yeah.
That gives me sustainable energy through the day, kind of like when you were describing nicotine packages. That's how I felt
do both.
Yeah,
I do the methylene blue, and then you go out and I get morning sun in my eyes first thing in the morning. Make sure you don't wear sunglasses. Morning sun in your eyes first thing in the morning with the methylene blue.
Got to get 20 minutes, right? 20 or 30 minutes.
And did that activate it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Same with Melanotan.
And this is the same stuff that JFK was having. I mean, RFK. Sorry.
I was like,
RFK Jr.
RFK, RFK was having on the plane, right?
Yes.
And
that was the first thing that went viral online. And I think a lot of people started talking about it.
It did.
That, so.
And
you can send us hate, but too, we're going to say the same thing Erin says. Do your own research.
But it's also in the dosing. Like, you got to understand what you're doing. People like, they'll order these peptides online. Okay, I got them. Now what do? I was like, well, that's not how peptides work. You don't come to me to like, if you're not educated, don't inject yourself.
Right.
But I did do an amazing live last night where I kind of explained exactly how to reconstitute a peptide because they come in powder form. You don't need a doctor to prescribe them. They come in powder form, you reconstitute it, and then there's a good dosing. It teaches you everything. There's a book it all teaches you everything, and it's broken down so simple.
It's 45 minutes. That's worth the watch. It's very fascinating, actually. I tell people that you have an interesting way of taking something that's very popular and out front, and then finding the areas that need more fleshing out, and you go there. It's just what you do. It's like, I'm looking at your knee. Your knee looks like a railroad station with all the tracks coming across. And I know you've had awful knee problems with that, but you've had success. And now you're back running, you're back competing for triathlon, you're back into the whole thing now when you thought you might be sidelined forever.
Race.
50?
Yeah.
She's doing a 50-mile race.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
But I'm on my 5th ACL tear.
Yep.
So I just tore it for the 5th time. Gosh, that was a weekend before we went to the race.
You got a dog battle and got pulled down by a bunch of dogs in an alley. Yeah. I mean, you've seen Erin's social media with her 3 dogs. Well, when another dog got aggressive... Erin got thrown around like a rag doll.
Oh my gosh.
They did. Yeah. So a pit bull attacked my Belgian Malinois from the back and game on, and there was a dog fight. Massive dog fight that went on forever. I've been in lots of dog fights. It's the worst one by far.
Hope everybody's okay.
They're fine.
Okay.
I mean, I got the brunt of it.
She's the only one that came out bad.
They hit me on the outside of my knee and it tore. Yeah. But whatever, it's my 5th tear, so it's like, okay, here we go.
You knew
again.
it when it happened?
Yes, I knew. I kept trying to self-medicate. It'll be fine.
But you work with the stem cells, and you work with also.
So that day, I knew. I was like, okay, I know what's happened, and so I knew the PT to start right away. Also, I went mega doses of BPC and TB 500, and I knew to inject that in my knee, and within a week and a half, I was back to full running. Yeah. Like full on running. And I went to the doctor after I had my MRI and it was really swollen. And then the week later I went back when we were starting to work on whether I'm going to go in because I can't do another ACL surgery. It's not an option.
No, there's nothing there.
Yeah. The only thing left for me to do is
replacement.
And he's like, well, we don't understand. You have full range of motion. Like you have no swelling. It's all gone. And he is not, my orthopedic is not a fan of peptides. He doesn't necessarily believe in them. I said, so of course I'll debate anybody because I like to hear his side, tell me why.
Yep.
And he's like, well, there's no science. Well, okay, there's a lot of anecdotal science, but I guess that's not technically science. But I said, okay, if peptides don't work, here's a black and white answer. Melanotan. If peptides don't work, how can I inject a peptide to make me tan and not be in the sun for hours and have a good tan? That right there tells you black and white that peptides do something.
Yeah.
Like that is the answer that peptides work.
Yeah, and I mean they're not naturally occurring
in your body.
Yeah, so it's not like you're putting foreign substances. These are things that you're just supplementing. Is basically
explain
what's going
that
on
because
there.
I think it's scary for a lot of people. I'm injecting this in my body, but these are already in our body.
Explain
what
naturally. So there's small chains of amino acids that are naturally occurring in our body. That's what they are, and they can just basically. If you want one for brain health, you want one for your heart, you want one to lose weight, you want one for inflammation, BPC, TB 500, inflammation like acute injury. Like if you want one for an injury, if you want gut health, BPC is great. You want one for, you want for a tan. People are like, oh my God, you inject yourself for a tan. It's actually, there's a lot of health benefits to Melanotan too. It's called Melanotan.
It prevents the burn early in the season.
And prevents you from getting
it changes your melanin. So it produces melanin in your skin, basically. So then you get tan quicker with very little sun exposure, which in turn protects you from the sun, right? There is like, what's the one where you get the white verlog?
The pigment, the loss of the pigmentation.
Where you start losing the pigmentation.
Yeah.
A lot of people
vitiligo. It's called vitiligo.
They're using it for that now too.
Yeah,
and it's working.
I don't know anyone personally, so I can't say.
But
the stuff I've read, yes, but I don't know anyone personally that has done it, but they are using it for that.
And if this stuff scares you, don't do it. I mean, that's the whole deal. But for me, when I put the sunscreens on, it burns. I have a reaction to it. So the melanin actually has helped me tremendously. When I go out and play golf, I just, I should cover what I can, but the rest of me is good.
You're saying it's burned since you've been using the...
No. I'm saying that I wanted something to get away from putting on these sunscreens, which just generally, if they get in your eye, you can't see while you're golfing. If they burn on your skin. So for me, that's what... But it's fascinating. And you spent 3 years on this now?
No, it started in 2020.
2020.
So it's been 5 years.
5 years of it.
Yeah. Not on the cycle. The one I always kind of stay on is NADs.
Right.
What is NAD?
NAD is basically cellular health. So work on your mitochondria. As we get older, our mitochondria ages. And that's why we age. And that's your cellular health. And if you can reverse that from the inside, everything can reverse on the outside. So starting at the cellular level, you can change everything. Yeah. And so NADs is really good for that. A lot of the ones I take are cellular health too. And that's what got me into it.
Why isn't this stuff more mainstream?
There's a good question.
Well, there's a great question. Well, okay, so you probably hear like a lot of people taking NAD capsules and things like that. They're not not very effective.
Yeah.
Because people are scared to inject. And if you go and you buy where I buy them, it says research purposes only. And so then people are like, I'm not getting that for research purpose only, not for human consumption. I have a whole post on that with a guy named Hunter Williams who did a whole podcast on it. And it's a great one. If people have a question about it, it's on my feed. But it's basically because anything that's an injection is classified as a medicine. So that's why they can't sell it. So, and it's not like it hurts. Like you just pinch your skin and inject.
Yeah.
Like it's not a big needle. It's a tidal insulin. And just so you know, insulin is a peptide. Yeah. Like peptides are not new.
Right.
They're just new to most people.
Yeah.
They're not a new thing.
Yeah.
You think it's like a switch in our brain. I mean, we will take pills for anything. We will take a fistful of pills. I did it for everything that our doctor tells us. But if you're telling me I can fix some little thing by injecting myself, oh my gosh, no, I'm not going to do that.
That's so scary, right?
Right. But what you think it's just because of the needle?
I think it's a needle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, well, we're just trained to believe that that's what doctors do, not normal people.
Yeah.
I think it's also the whole idea behind preventative medicine versus treating symptoms.
Yeah.
It's sick care versus true health care.
Right. Right. So
Dr. Kellum says that. And I was like, that is a great statement.
Are peptides true healthcare as opposed to sick care, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sick care is our medical system now.
Yeah.
Like we're just going to treat symptoms after symptoms where peptides can actually heal you from the inside. If you can heal your mitochondria and you can heal your cellular health, a lot of stuff can heal.
Right. They're difficult to get. They're difficult to constitute. There's a lot of difficult stuff that you have to figure out.
Okay,
and you're helping people figure that out.
So I made it so simple. Like there's literally a free peptide calculator, and you enter whatever your mgs say on the bottle. So say it says 10 mgs. You buy a bottle. It says 10 mg, plug it in there. You open the book and it says dose this much. You enter that in there and then it tells you everything.
Easy.
It's like so easy.
Yeah. But how do you know what to take? How do you know
so that's
what
where
peptide
you need to listen to podcasts. You need to listen. I mean, I say a good place to start is NAD. Yeah. I mean, everybody can use that. Everyone can root cellular health. And then the next one I would start with is BPC. And that's a great one for gut health. Just in general, like if you have an injury, perfect for an injury. Like I had a bike fall and I couldn't lift my shoulder. And so I was like, okay, I'll just inject it in my shoulder. Gone. 2 days, I was full range of motion. Yep.
Erin knows a lot about this stuff because she injures herself every 2 weeks.
Yes.
It's a 2 week. I think we're on like the longest cycle that you haven't been injured in a while here. So I'm a little scared about you leaving and going up these 5 stairs to get out of the house right now.
Oh my gosh.
I want to shift gears. It's fascinating. And then you want to learn more about the peptide world and stuff like that. Just go watch all of Erin's videos and stuff like that.
I'm blown away.
There's so many cool things.
Yeah.
But the Shop EO Basics empire, you've kind of built up from scratch.
Fun.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's an incredible thing that you've done. Basically is you as the engine and your husband as the transmission. And you guys have built this brand that is doing unbelievably well.
And the products are amazing.
Thank you.
They
Thank
are.
you. I actually love it. I've had so much fun doing it. So what year did I start? In 21. And so my designer is amazing. So my designer used to design for Spanx, Lululemon, Ralph Lauren, and now she designs just for me.
Wow.
And so one day I was like, man, one day I want to do it. And so she just started, she's like, hey, I just ordered the fabric. I was like, oh shit, I guess it's go time. And so I had no choice but to do it. And it was during like, oh, we're in a recession. We're not in a recession. Like, and I was like, I can't launch in a recession. Like, and it's like, she's like, shit or get off the pot. Let's go.
Let's do it.
So how's it going?
It's actually the best time to launch. Good. It's going great.
Yeah, it's so good.
I mean, the products are really, really great. They're really high quality.
I have so much fun stuff I do. I'm really proud of my line.
I really, and I see the stuff you post because you're on every other post that I go scroll through. And I want to talk about that later, but then I went to erinoprea.com and that gave me a link to shop and that put me to shopeobasics.com. And then I went through that and I was like, holy smokes, this is like looking at a big brand website.
Yeah.
It's
and
kids.
Guess what? My men's line launches.
It's dogs.
Men's line launches in the fall.
And I was going to ask you if you're ever going to do a men's line.
I have the coolest set coming out for men's line. It's going to be, it's a jogger set, basically.
Oh my
Sign
gosh.
me up.
In black. It's gorgeous. It's kind of like the neoprene-ish back. Oh, it's so amazing.
Yeah.
So it's like those everyday pants that Lulu has that every man wears that my husband lives in.
Maybe. I don't know what those are, but maybe like that.
They're like lightweight, like joggers.
They're not like joggers, not like this kind of fabric.
But they're lightweight.
They're kind of a mix.
Kind of like what you do with social. You find something that's not being done and you do it yourself.
There you go. I'm obsessed.
If it's something that you won't wear, you won't sell it.
That is true. And I get asked for like, hey, I really need a high impact, like big boob. I was like, look, I have tiny boobs and I only make stuff that I will wear.
Yeah.
Not that the big boob people can't wear them.
Right.
And a lot of them do. Someone said, I just got my bra for double Ds and it works perfect. It's great for my impact. But I don't really like that really bold, hold, compression feel.
Yeah.
And so I stick to truly what I love.
But on the website, you have different size models
it
showing the
works for
clothes. So it's like,
everyone. I go all the way up to a
you're
size
talking about
16.
yourself personally, but the website will show you the brands of different size models.
Yes. I
All
go
across
from 0 to size 16.
What's your dream for that brand? Like, is there?
I'm living a dream. Yeah, there is no more dream. It's just to keep designing. Like, I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea. And then I pitch it to her and then we design it. Each piece takes me a year.
Oh, really?
Now, really, I can get it. Like, once I have a piece and I want to just add another color, it's much quicker. But each design piece can take a year to a year and 3 months.
So I feel like
it's like the men's line started in January last year and it's launching in the fall.
Oh my gosh.
January last year. It's done now. So I technically could launch it now, but it's a set that I want to launch in the fall. So it took a year and almost 6 months.
Time to get another storage container.
I know.
How did you have the courage and the, I guess, balls just say, I'm going to launch something in a market that's so saturated, but it's going to succeed?
I don't know. Maybe it's stupidity.
Well, I'm glad you have the
Good
stupidity.
stupidity.
Yeah, I might be stupidity. I'm just like, I'm going to just make stuff I love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I want to wear. And that's what I'm going to do.
Isn't that how every great brand starts?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I mean,
I didn't do any research to like, how do you start a brand? I didn't do any research in it. I always say, if you don't wait for your idea to be perfect, just launch. Like I got my product perfect, right?
Yep.
But I didn't have like a whole business plan. I just launched and then I figure it out as I go.
Yeah.
Just tweak. Oh, that one's wrong. Okay, I'll tweak and go this way. Not product wise. I have a great product.
Yep.
And then from there, you hit a roadblock, you move to the next thing.
Right.
The next thing.
It's so logical for you though, but I feel like I could have heard if you would have pitched this to someone, they said, no, Erin, it's so saturated. Like everyone's doing this.
I'm sure everybody would have probably told me that.
Yeah.
I didn't ask anyone's opinion.
And I think that's a great
But
lesson. You just did it.
The difference in this world we live in is that you actually live the brand and you live it online. So there's a different attachment than walking by a store and seeing mannequins wearing stuff versus I can click and see you in your stuff talking about it. And that makes it come alive in a different way that
I hope so. And then you can kind of watch the design process too, because I mean, I'll get like shorts. It will take at least 6 rounds for me to get the cut just the way I want it on the leg, because I want it to cut up just perfectly. So then it makes your leg look longer or leaner. I'm anal as crap. I'm like, oh no, move that seam in just a tad. Like, and that's why it takes so long because I'm really anal.
I haven't seen you do any posts lately in the mailroom. Mailing your stuff out. I like those posts.
You know why I haven't done that lately? Because I haven't
hired
been doing
someone to do it.
My son.
I wonder why I don't see Hunter anymore.
Hunter and Carly, his fiance,
which is Charlie without an H.
Yes, is they do most of the shipping. Mostly Hunter. Sometimes Carly comes over on really big days and helps him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does all the shipping. Not say all, like he was out of town, so I had to do it for a week. He's like, Mom, what's it like having to work? I was like, bitch, please.
Family business.
You love being with your family.
I do.
You like your favorite people are your family, and if you spent time with no one else in this world, you'd be happy, Erin.
I'd be happy. My dogs,
and your dogs, and the family.
Dogs are family.
Yeah. I mean, dogs might be number one.
Yeah.
Wait, can you say it out loud?
No,
Yes.
I agree. I like dogs more than people.
Yeah. You can say that out loud.
I have a problem, and Sean, my husband, tells me I have a problem. I want a donkey so bad.
A donkey?
I want a donkey. I want a cow. And
Let's
I want
do
a
it.
pig.
Do you have the space?
I do live downtown Nashville. So
Okay,
that's
so we
where the
don't-
problem comes
All
in.
Yeah.
right, so we're not the
Okay.
news, and we're exploring things that don't make the headlines there. Can I ask you a question? Will you please describe to us what your dogs eat?
Oh, what my dogs eat. So they eat mostly.
No, listen.
It's mostly raw. We do mostly raw. So they get a lot of steak.
Raw steak.
Yeah, raw steak. We do raw eggs. We do sardines. Like I have it shipped in.
Mm-hmm.
They like big sardines. I cut them up into pieces. Like they're huge. They're like bigger than my whole arm.
What? I thought sardines were like this big.
Not the big ones. We
not
get
the
the
real
big
ones.
We get
Yeah,
the
the
big
full
ones.
grown. Yeah,
Yeah, with the eyeballs and everything. That's what they get.
yeah.
They get sardines. They get bone broth. I get from my butcher. They get kefir, goat milk. They get duck feet as their treat before bedtime. We have frozen duck feet that I have shipped in. We do rabbit legs. Rabbit legs.
Rabbit
legs.
I guess my point being is we all say our dogs are family, but your dogs actually eat like you guys do. They are treated like you guys do as far as all the stuff that you're into.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing there, but the raw diet versus the stuff we're feeding our dogs from the grocery store.
It's so good for them. I'm
It's so
hoping
much better for
it'll
them.
make them live forever.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's your next
Right.
venture. You should create a new
Well, there's going to be a
food
dog
line.
food line, the Erin Oprea dog food line.
A shack.
EOBarks.com.
Yeah, oh,
EO Barks, I like that.
EOBarks.com. Let's do
So
it.
I do sell
Don't
dog-
sign that up.
I do
Get on
have
GoDaddy right now and go get that thing.
right. Someone's gonna buy that one. I do have like bandanas and stuff like that for holidays.
they're really
and bow
cute.
ties and dog toys and
how much time does that take you though to make their dinner or their breakfast?
5 minutes.
Okay.
It's quick. We have it cut up and put it in the bowls.
How many dogs do you
And-
have?
3. I have a Belgian Malinois, a German Shepherd, and a German Shepherd Husky mix.
Oh,
They're
They're
gorgeous.
the best.
Yeah.
But
3.
today we have puzzle time. We have walk time. I mean, literally, I have a problem.
And you would think
not
that
a
your
problem.
house would look like a kennel, but you can
would
hardly
never
tell
know.
the dogs even live
You
there.
would never know, except for dog beds. You see dog beds,
Yeah.
but I put their toys up all the time.
And a quick shout out to the place you take them to board them when you guys travel.
They're great.
Where is this?
Fairy Tale K9.
Okay.
They're great. And they're also, so Shaq, which is my Belgian, we're going to start competing him.
Oh.
Not like pretty competing, like that, not that.
Like athletics.
Yes.
Yes.
And so he's in training for that with them too.
Yeah.
Which is really fun. So it's going to take about a year.
I mean, that makes sense. If they're your fur children, they should be athletic and competing.
Right?
Yeah. It seems logical.
bite they do bite, that's all part of the competition.
Yep.
Like 4 different things.
Oh my
5.
gosh.
So it's going to be really fun. We went and watched the show they had a dog, another Belgian competing, and went and watched it. It was so cool.
Was it your time in the service that you fell in love with these bigger, the Germans and the Belgian? And was it then, or has it always been there?
I think it's always been there. I always had a dog. I also grew up with a pig in my house.
In the house.
Yeah, 250-pound pig. His name was MC.
MC.
And he loved M&Ms and beer. He'd knock over a beer bottle.
So you had a Neil in your house.
I'm learning so much about why you are like you are just with this one interview right
Like
now.
this
It's
giant
pretty
pig,
incredible.
He would lay on the ground and we just use his belly as our pillow, watch TV, or he'd get on the couch just like a dog. He'd sit like a dog. He was raised with dogs. He was fantastic. And I want another one. And Sean's like, no. I was like, yes, I'm getting a pig. I'm going to walk him all through downtown.
You're
He's gonna
getting a
leave.
donkey.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out the donkey because I do live downtown Nashville. Like,
Is there a regulation? Like, are you allowed to have animals like that?
I mean,
in
have you
the
seen my
city
backyard
limits?
is small, the size of this room.
Yeah, but if they have all they need, right?
Yeah, 3 dogs, you can fit one more donkey in there.
What's
I mean,
a
no
donkey?
one we know.
I'm getting a miniature donkey, so it's fine.
Yes. That'd
And
be
you live next to your Airbnb with a pool. You just
There
throw
you
the donkey
go.
in the pool to
Let it
clean
go
it off.
swim.
Yeah.
Aaron, I'm sure there is some like donkey rescue place where they have like an older donkey that would be happy to live in your backyard.
If it's a mini one, it'd be great. But
Yes.
it needs to be able to keep up with the dogs because they'd
yeah.
be getting chasing it all the time.
Tell me why you're getting ready to head to Washington.
Oh.
Hi.
I was like, wait, why am I going to DC?
You gotta
That's
you gotta
DC, not
research.
Washington State. I was like,
You got to research a little bit.
okay. So just recently, a Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, not just a Sergeant Major, but the one of the Marine Corps, was just here in Nashville. And I met him and he invited me to be his special guest at the parade in DC, which I'm so excited about in July.
it's really special.
I'm like, do I wear my blues?
Or
do I wear a dress?
When you ever talk about this stuff, you downplay. This is a big deal.
It's huge.
I'm super excited.
Like you're the one special guest, correct?
Yeah.
This is a really big deal.
It's
The
not
parade.
like you're sitting in the stands with a whole bunch of other special guests.
Right.
You are the one special
Well,
guest.
we're all going to see when I get there.
Are you going to put your blues on? Are you going to put your...
Okay, so here's the problem with the blues.
Okay.
I do want to wear my blues, but my blues are dated. They have changed the uniform of the women's blues.
So they're vintage.
So it's like, okay, so I was like, do I go get the new blues? But if I get the new blues, am I going to do it wrong? Because I don't really know I was like, I need to go get fit. Like, I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I'm sure there's a
Sean wants me to
person.
Sean wants me to wear my blues. He's like, this is your one chance to wear. You've worked hard.
Yes.
Like wear them.
You're
And I was
like
like-
every Marine I know. You downplay the service in your life, and it's just it's so natural to you. And I'm with Sean. Like,
I agree.
please do this because you know what? A lot of young women are going to see that, and they're going to understand. And if you go old school, that lets the newbies that are in their new uniforms know, hey, guess who came here before you?
I don't think you can go old school.
I have
to
somebody
go
I can
new.
introduce you to who can talk you through, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
I
your
think I know
dad.
somebody. Well, yeah, of course my dad. I'm sure my dad knows somebody.
What rank was he? He
He was a
retired.
colonel. Yeah.
Maybe he can help me.
What
I'm
rank
sure
were
he
you?
can.
I was a sergeant.
Sergeant.
He
And
was
for people that
officer
don't
side.
know, you were in Iraq 2 tours and you led the first all-female platoon into battle.
Yeah,
Correct?
so it's the first all-female platoon that's ever been formed in the Marine Corps. That's one. First all-female platoon that's ever been formed in the Marine Corps and in a war zone. And the first females ever attached to infantry in the Marine Corps. So it's kind of all of them.
Right.
You're such a badass.
It was an interesting experience. I learned a lot because my Marine Corps time, I'd only trained with men.
Yeah.
There's only 2 women in my unit. I had a very male-dominated MOS, which is my job.
Right.
And so then being a platoon of women was very different.
Yeah.
How did that come about? How did that develop? Was that your leadership or was that?
I was in charge of it. I didn't design it. It was so right now there became names for this platoon down the road, but everyone's like, what was the name of your platoon? At the time, we didn't have a name. It was all trial. So
Right.
because of that, it was like this big trial thing that the Marine Corps was trying to see what would happen, like how would it work out? And because of that, I got every challenge coin from colonels all came to my post to meet me, and I got a challenge. Do you know anything about challenge coins?
My dad hands one. You need to meet my dad. He'll give you one.
So I still have all my challenge coins. So I would meet all of them. They would all come to meet me to see all this happening because it was a huge thing for the Marine Corps. And so I met a whole bunch of people, got a bunch of challenge coins. Every night I would go into a debriefing meeting, and it was all like colonel, all the big dogs. And then here's a sergeant. Here I come.
There you are.
I was like, and then I'd get up and I'd speak about what we saw in our area operation. Like,
was this early 2000s?
So this is so I went in 2003.
Okay.
That was not that deployment. I lived in Fighting Holes in 2004, 2005 is that. It was that. And so I went in. So all this happened in the big invasion of Fallujah.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was there too.
Was he in Fallujah?
He was in 2005. Yeah.
So I was there 2004, 2005.
Yeah. You guys were there at the same time. He was in Ramadi.
I did time. Well, I knew time. I did convoys through Ramadi.
I guarantee y'all crossed paths.
I'm sure, but I wouldn't.
Well, it would be crazy.
I understand why you can put yourself in very uncomfortable situations and be very comfortable because you did that your whole time in the Marines.
I've done a lot of shit in my life. And to make me uncomfortable is pretty much not going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
It's not.
I don't
because
think it happens.
I can be comfortable, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I can just take a deep breath and pretty much do whatever I need to do.
Were you in high school in California? You just decided to sign up for Marines when no one else would do? Like,
I
I
was married when I joined the Marine Corps. My ex-husband was a Marine.
Okay.
And he's like, you can't join. I was like, oh, but you get to go camping? I mean, that looks like so much fun. And then I watched G.I. Jane and became obsessed with the movie. Yeah. So everyone's like, do you have an idol in your life? I was like, yes, G.I. Jane, the character.
Yeah.
Not Demi Moore. I'm sure she's great, but I don't know anything about her. But the character in G.I. Jane is the whole reason I joined the Marine Corps. I was obsessed.
And how long were you in?
9 years. But back then I thought, oh yeah, I can go in the SEALs. I can do that. That was all closed to women, tankers, all that kind of stuff. I thought that was super cool. It was closed to women. Now they've opened a lot of it up, but actually tanking, they just don't even have in the Marine Corps anymore. It's not even the MLS. They've switched it to the Army.
I remember when all of the controversy was in the news about women in the Marine Corps and women in the military.
Combat.
And you were women in combat. You were very outspoken about it, which you had a very interesting perspective.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear
a lot of people off.
That's you. That's great. You should.
But it was just from experience. It wasn't really even opinion. It was kind of a black and white. Right. This is what I experienced and this is what I would recommend. But
if you can meet the qualifications, if you can pass the tests, you should be able to be there, right? That's your opinion?
Yes, as long as you can pass the qualifications of the male, not female standards.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay, I get that.
And you got a lot of pushback from that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would possibly have time, but do you still keep up with what's going on in the Middle East right now? Or like right now, are you watching this stuff closely?
I am watching it actually. And I told myself, tune it out, because I can get really engrossed in it. And I was like, tune it out, just stay out of this one. But yes, I am.
Is there a little PTSD there?
No, I don't get PTSD. Okay. I did struggle with PTSD in my first deployment, and I went through counseling. I actually went to my 20-year reunion of the guys I deployed with the first time. A lot of them are still really struggling. I was like, it's so sad. But most it is,
really, and there are veterans that have this 20 years, 30 years after their service.
I mean, that's them. We're 20 years out.
That's crazy.
That's my dad right now.
Is he struggle with it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just diagnosed.
After so many years, right?
After
being in Beirut when they blew up the barracks, after being through all that, he was fine until just recently.
What? Yeah. Like, I don't feel like I don't feel like I struggle with it.
It's amazing.
I really feel like it's made me who I am. Like people are like, well, I don't have insecure. Like, I'm not insecure. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm very secure in who I am. Do I think I'm perfect? No, but I also just don't give a shit. Like, I literally just don't care what other people think. And I probably should care more than I do. But I think that the Marine Corps made me that way.
Confident.
Like, I'm just very confident and secure. Yeah. And Sean even says this. So Sean is my husband, our kids are not his. He's been with them since kindergarten. But he even says, he's like, you have the most secure kids. Like, they're just very secure in who they are. Yep. And I don't know if it's in our bloodline or if it's something I did raising them.
Yeah, it's you as a mom.
Probably because
Well, the first time I met Hunter, I was like, he was acting like a 45-year-old. I was like, wait a minute, how old are you? And he's like, what, 20, 23, 24? What?
Yeah, he's 25 now.
25 now.
He's a good kid.
That's a testament to you as a really great mom to give your kids the space to be confident.
Except when he texts me and asks if I'm working out. He's kind of a pain in the ass then, but...
Almost got to be your dad.
But all right, pivot. I want to come back. How much of your day is spent doing social media and working on your online presence?
10 minutes. Wait. In posts are you talking about?
I'm just talking about
all of it.
Whatever you're like, when you're making content, when you're posting content, when you're doing the whole thing on your brand.
Okay, if you take out answering comments and DMs, take that out. 10 minutes.
I don't think I want to take that out.
Okay, we'll take that out for now. So I'd say in the work that I put on what you see, 10 minutes.
See, I tell everyone Erin Oprea is the hardest working person I know, and she makes it look so easy.
You're very visible online.
So now I have to go back and tell all those people, no, she's a lazy bum who works 10 minutes a day and is making a freaking fortune on all these social media sites.
Because that's my only job. But yeah, like I don't edit. If like my team used to tell me, you have the ugliest Instagram. I was like, yes, because I'm real. Not here to be pretty. Mine's as raw and real as you're going to get.
Right.
Like I don't look for the perfect lighting. I don't have lights up. It's real life.
We have to have lights up because we're TV people, okay?
When we shot podcasts, we had lights up. Yeah. But like my Instagram is just raw, real, makeup, no makeup, hair is,
But you do some pretty muscles.
Pretty muscles, yeah.
That's pretty. That's what we do.
That's pretty. We like muscles.
I want you to talk about, because a lot of people might not know where they're like, where do I know her from? Of course, social media, but you really got your start, your name, when you were crafting a certain person's legs.
Yeah, Carrie Underwood. So I did train her for 11 years. So I've worked with a lot of people you guys probably know.
For sure.
Casey Musgraves.
And that kind of catapulted you.
Kelsey Ballerini.
Do you think that is what catapulted you? Like,
I think yes, I will forever say, so I did the Oprah show with Carrie Underwood back in the day.
Oh my
wow.
And that's kind of was a start. Like I trained her for a while and it was never talked about. Like I didn't have social media.
Yep.
The only reason I ever got social media was because of Carrie Underwood. In 2014, she's like, Erin, you have to do this. And I was like, it's so dumb. Social media is so dumb. Who does social? It's so dumb. I didn't have Facebook. I was kind of dated. I just wasn't into it.
That's funny.
And then we did the Oprah show. And then, of course, everyone knew at that point. Nobody knew. Like my family, nobody. I didn't talk about it. I didn't, like that just wasn't a thing for me. And then it kind of all just, once I got social media and I did the Oprah show, it kind of all just blew up from there. And everything was word of mouth. I didn't go advertising clients. They say if you're really good at your craft and you are loyal and a good person, and stuff happens, and you're a hard worker.
And your results speak for themselves. Yeah. We saw Carrie Underwood's legs, and we thought that she has the best legs I've ever seen. How did she do that? Erin Oprea.
And I would say hard work pays off too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say I can teach you my ways, but everyone has to put the work in.
But you're not a day in, day out trainer anymore. That was how you got going. Now you're not actually seeing. So
I have decided now I'll still have like little bits here and there that I'll do, but like, and I'll do big events. Like I just did CMA Fest workout event, and I'll probably do some more this year. Actually, I'm trying to decide if I want to do events. Like there's some talks about maybe going to some resorts and doing some stuff. But really this last year, I have really wanted to be selfish and dive into just myself.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be about my own health journey and educating. I wanted to really focus on education, like hours. I probably spend no less than 8 hours a day learning.
It's important.
It's like a school, my own school for myself. And my head is so full of knowledge. I just want to scream from the rooftop. My husband's like, you're so annoying. Because he gets the brunt of it. He's like, what did you learn
Do you
today?
get a little bit like anxious when you share some of the stuff?
No.
Like, that could be, not that you get pushback, but that you could get legally pushed back?
No. Because I don't share anything that's legally going to push me back. I just share stuff that I'm learning, and then it's just for you to go decide what you want to do.
Right.
I mean, I agree.
I don't give medical advice.
Right. I was just asking because I feel like sometimes when I say things, I'm like, I feel like I have to quantify it, but you do it so well in a way that
I just say, man, I learned some cool shit today. Look at this.
Yep.
And then it's usually, once I talk about it though, I've been on the rabbit hole for a while. I don't talk about something until it's been going on and then I dive and I dive and I dive. But then you guys hear it from me. You're like, oh, did you just learn that today? No.
It sounds like it. I mean, the way you present it, it's like I got something really exciting here to tell you about, and then we all sit there and lean into our phone. And what's she gonna? What's right, coming?
Right now, the new one is the DMSO, which is really cool stuff. And
what is that?
It's from tree. It's a liquid stuff that you put on your. If you're inflamed, you can put it on that. You can put it on cuts. I mean, you put
topical.
It can be. A lot of people drink it. A lot of people inject it. I haven't drank it and I haven't injected it, but I'm not opposed to doing any of it.
What's it called?
DMSO.
DMSO.
Sap? I don't understand.
No, it's just a liquid. It's like a clear liquid.
You get it from trees.
It's very potent. You can get it from a...
That's why Erin was licking the bark out back before she came in. She's like...
Well, Neil, what's going on? Just Erin.
Just Erin. Erin's getting her DMSO. She got to do it.
But it's been kind of quieted. It's not banned, but it's kind of quieted due to the fact there's no money to making it.
Interesting.
Can it come from any tree?
Funny how that happens.
That I can't. I do know that, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
I don't.
Where do you find it? Where do you find research on it?
So research, I would go to like the Apple Podcasts and just put DMSO. Also search. I think it was either 1979 or 1980. There was a 60 Minutes episode on DMSO. Go listen to that.
Oh, wow.
It's been around that long.
It's been around a long time.
I mean.
And there's so... And then once I've watched that and then I just listened to... I was like blown away. And now I've ordered 3 books that I'm just like, I need to learn everything.
So we should stay tuned to
learn
more from you.
I'm still learning a lot more on this topic. This one is fairly new. And I am like...
But you're a conspiracy theorist if you say that it's been hidden from us because there's no money in it.
Oh yeah, I guess I don't really think of myself as a computer.
I guess
no,
I'm joking. I'm just saying what that's what you get.
I actually
feedback.
haven't been called that, but it's surprising that I haven't been.
Oh, I just did.
I mean, I think that's a pretty logical
first for everything. I'll take it.
You got it.
I mean, just add to the list.
Get your tinfoil hat.
I get
Neil has one you can borrow.
I did get told that I wear a tinfoil hat.
That's okay.
I was like, I bet it's really cute. I'll make a cute one. I should get some tinfoil and make like a really cute hat.
I think every time you make a new announcement on a new product, you need to get a little piece of tinfoil, wrap it around your head.
Oh my gosh, I might do that today and put like a book in front of myself.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And
get a pair of glasses and take them off and set them.
Blue light glasses. That must be. So that's another thing.
Oh my gosh! I saw your bedroom is all red lights, and I was
like, it looks like a sex room.
That's what I said. I was like, is she like?
Talk about that. Tell us about that.
Is she short on money and looking for new ways to make little?
We're in business tonight.
OnlyFans.
Red light district is open.
That's exactly when Sean saw those. He's like, the red light district.
Oh, your neighbors are looking in the window, going, "Oh God."
So Sean's like, Erin, I really want to change the whole house. So at night, I make him turn all the lights off. Like you can have one light on and just make do. The shower is like dark. Because I can't wear my blue light blocker glasses in there. Circadian rhythm. I mean, it
all messes with that.
I thought that was kind of quacko too for a long time. And then I was like, oh,
that's real.
No, it's not. It's humongous. It's humongous.
Your watch actually gives you a score every morning when you wake up.
Yeah.
Of how you slept.
Yeah.
And you follow that.
But more than just how you sleep, your circadian rhythm and getting light at the same time at certain time, like make sure you get morning light. You need to get the sunset light. You need to eat when it's only light outside. I know that all sounds really quacko. I agree because I thought that for a long time, but it's actually so important.
Because you've been doing it and you can tell.
Yes. I eat dinner at 4 to 5 and then I walk after dinner to make sure my blood sugar stays balanced. And usually walk the dog so I get the sunset at the same time. And then I get in my sauna, which has red light, and I do red light every morning. And then I stretch and I go to bed. And I stretch in the dark.
Why do you stretch in the dark?
Because I don't want any light.
No light.
I don't want any artificial light.
After a certain time,
you don't want any of the artificial light. It's actually really bad. Actually, the artificial light during the day is really bad for you, even.
But
and
they're
saying that's why a lot of people that work in offices are really unhealthy.
I feel like Nikki should pay you for being here because she's soaking all this stuff in. It's almost like you're consulting right now.
I just want you to tell me exactly what to do.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah.
I get that all the time. Can you just tell me exactly what to do? I was like, I can't tell you exactly what to do.
It's so overwhelming.
Because everyone is so individual, but I can always help guide. People are like, will you ever lead a conference? And I was like, it would have to be such a small conference because I'm not a doctor. I'm just like a regular average old Joe.
Yeah. But I think what you do is something that the rest of us don't do is we don't dedicate the time to do all the research, and you do that.
That's what my friend Kaylee, who we both
Thank
know.
you for doing that. I'll take the cliff notes from you.
That's what Kaylee says to me.
I love Kaylee.
Yeah. So I still work with her, and she's a dear friend, and she's like, I just don't have the time or the desire to learn. She's like, just
and you
tell
do.
me.
Yeah.
Yes, I have the mad desire to learn.
I realize you have a busy day because you got 10 minutes of posting to do.
I got 10 minutes of posting to do.
Have we already been talking for a long time?
I don't know. How long are we at, Levi?
No.
Oh, good.
There's no way.
We're great.
Okay, we're good.
One of the things I remember you getting a lot of grief about is your diet.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Remember that? People, why do people go nuts when you post about your diet? What you eat concern them? Other than you just explain why you eat it.
What's so controversial about it?
Well, listen.
Okay, so we could go out and eat birthday cake and whatever. And I don't knock anyone that does it. I literally don't care what
she
anyone
does.
else eats.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, eat whatever you want. So we can eat a standard American diet and it's no big deal. It's very acceptable. But if you eat things like meat, eggs, sauerkraut, you're all of a sudden a weirdo.
Wait, why is that?
And you're going to kill your cholesterol. It's going to be high. And now you're going to die of heart disease and blah, blah, blah. But yet you eat a standard American diet and you're just fine. It's so backwards.
That's so, the food triangle upside down.
So Kaylee is who we were just talking about. She's like, Erin, I never knew meat would change my life. This was this morning. She said, I never knew meat would change my life so much. It took me forever to convince her. And I'm telling you, I hated red meat. I didn't eat red meat until I became severely anemic in my late 30s.
Huh.
And no red meat.
Interesting.
Yeah. So when I went to the doctor, I was running marathons then, and I could no longer run a mile. And I went to the doctor. He's like, you're severely anemic. I was like, I'm not eating red meat. No way. That red meat's bad. And then he's like, well, you're not going to fix it unless you take this prescription. There's no amount of spinach that's going to fix it because you can't absorb a high enough percentage. And so at that point I was like, okay, I'll take the prescription over eating red meat, which is so dumb.
Right.
So I did that. And I said, well, I look like I'm pregnant. He's like, well, take half a pill. So I did half a pill. I still look like I was pregnant, super, super bloated from it. And so I said, forget it, I'll go to red meat. So I went to eating a filet every week, fixed it. Fixed it. And then I started diving more. And then I just went full on red meat. My whole body changed. My gray hair changed.
Gray hair.
I reversed all my gray hair through, it's a mixture of a lot of the red meat. So the B12, the iron, my iron's really good, B6. And then it's the peptides, the GHK-2.
NAD helps with the hair.
The copper and the NADs, the copper and the GHK injection that I do, as well as the Melanotan, which changes the melanin, which is your hair too. So it's all of it reversed my hair, my gray.
There's the book. There's the book that ties your diet to your blood type.
Yes.
I don't agree with that.
I read that.
I was curious about that.
Eat right for your blood type or something like that?
Something like that.
I'm curious about that too because
I'm not sold on that at all.
I am a vegetarian and we've talked about this before and you've tried to convince me and I wish I could. I just can't. It makes me gag. I can't do it. What do you say to people like me who desperately need more protein?
Close your eyes and suck it up.
That's what I would say. Yeah.
Like we
have. I know.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically
there's no other shortcut. There's no other way around it.
I mean, you can take amino acids. I hope you're taking amino acids.
I'm not. I don't take anything.
You should take amino acids at least if you're not going to eat it.
She crashes halfway through the day, and I'm telling her there's more to this.
I mean, it's lifestyle. I mean, it will change your life.
Meat will or amino acids?
Both. I mean, I do 2 scoops of aminos every day.
Yeah.
What about creatine?
I don't take it personally. That's going to be very controversial too. I did take it and hated it. I tried all the different types of different dosing. I worked with different people. Nope. I was just puffy, not bloated, puffy. I had a layer of fluff over everything. And
But to me, that proves that you'll take these things, you'll judge it, and then you'll either keep going or discard it. And that's kind of just a raw honesty that you don't see very much because, boy, if I see someone pushing creatine online, I'm like, I wonder how much they're getting paid and how can I get paid for doing that? But that's not you. That's not you at all. You endorse products that you personally use and some that you can sell. You'll actually just put it in your Amazon store or you'll tell Sean to put that online.
Yeah, I don't.
Sean, put that online.
Yeah, I don't really even know how to do most of that stuff. If you say, how do you link to an Amazon? I don't know.
I love that.
Anything technology-wise, I can't do anything. But yeah, so like creatine, a lot of people, I posted that Creatine might be great for a lot of people, and it might be great for brain health. There's a lot of things you can do for brain health. You also can get creatine through red meat. But it's not great for everybody. And if you don't mind the layer of fluff, then maybe it's still good for you in other ways, and that's fine. And it's not going to affect everybody that way. But by posting that, I did get a lot of women that say, wait, I had the same reaction, but I thought I had to take it. There's nothing that everyone has to take. There's a lot of things that you can do with lifestyle too that you don't always have to take. And if you're worried about brain health, there's a lot of peptides that you can take that aren't going to leave you with a layer of fluff on top. And for me personally, I'd rather that route. I don't want that. And if you don't mind that, if you get that and you don't mind that, then that's fine.
Yep.
I just got some creatine. I was going to do it, but
try
now
it. You should try it. I tell everyone, try it for themselves. Don't listen. That's to say, just because I reacted that way doesn't mean someone else is going to react that way. I tell everyone, try it. Absolutely. It's not a...
Do the research.
It's actually an amazing product.
Yeah.
It didn't work for me.
That
and it doesn't work for a lot of women. So I only know that because of posting. People are like, oh, it was the same thing for me. I went off it. So, but you don't know till you try. Right. And then you try, you go off it, and it goes back. It's no big deal.
I'll try it.
You should try it. I think everyone should try it.
That and amino acids.
Amino acids you need to do for sure.
I will.
I've got 2 more topics I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
Your workouts. How do you stay lean, not get bulky? Like, how do you balance? What's your balance on your workout? Cardio versus weights versus bands?
Adding cardio. I mean, I mostly do weights. I do bands sometimes too. I do a lot of strength training. I usually do 6 days a week of strength training, which people don't believe that I really do strength training. It's really funny because I don't have the big muscles because I do a lot of cardio as well. And that's the difference for myself, what I do. And I like that long lean because of the sports I do. I don't want to get big. I don't want to put on size. I'm comfortable with where I am. People like to call me anorexic, but that's for oh yes.
You're not anorexic.
He sees me eat.
Right.
You have a beautiful body.
I eat.
She eats a disgusting amount of food.
I eat so much food, but people love to tell me I'm anorexic. Like, you don't really eat. You just post that.
But that's just a testament to the balance between working out and your diet.
Yeah.
And everything else that you do right there.
My diet, I mean, I look back in my 30s, there's no question I had insulin resistance to some level.
Right.
Right. And I have reversed all that with changing my lifestyle. I had to do a deep dive on myself. And that's how I was like, wait. Yeah. And I thought I was really healthy. I didn't really eat carbs. The only carbs I ate was oatmeal. And I had 2 bowls of oatmeal first thing in the morning. I have one in the morning at like 4, and then I have another bowl at like 10. And that was all my carbs for the day.
Yep.
And I still had insulin resistance.
Wow.
What's the longest you ever jumped rope?
Oh, probably 2 hours.
Yeah.
Straight?
Yeah. I just did an hour, 15 minutes.
How do you do that and not pee on yourself?
Oh, I don't mind peeing on yourself. You wear black.
Women do this, Neil.
Yeah, you wear black.
Especially women who have had children.
Oh, no, I talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
I also had a procedure for that called Bulkamide.
Yes.
And that really helped, yeah.
Okay.
But before, I just peed on myself.
Okay.
Or I just pee out, I jump rope somewhere, I can just pee real quick next to a tree.
Yeah.
Because it's at my house.
But I've gone into a gym. She's jumping rope when you go in the gym, and then I've left the gym and she's still jumping rope.
Wow.
It's insane. It's hard to do.
My heart rate is so low when I jump rope. That's the thing. And it's not even me bragging. I don't even know, like, you hear about zone 2. Everyone's like, well, zone 2, you can't jump rope at zone 2. So zone 2, my heart rate never leaves the 120s.
Yeah.
And I don't slow jump rope. It's speed rope.
Right.
And my heart rate stays 120s, like 115 to 125, and it never goes over. So I'll take business calls. I'll just put my headphones in and take business calls on the jump rope. I can do everything on jump rope. Now, when I do zone 2 running, that's a totally different ball game. I feel like it should transition, but it really doesn't. Zone 2 running, you're so slow. But yet I can speed rope and stay zone 2, where most people jump rope and their heart rate goes through the roof. And mine just like, my heart rate never peaks above 130 ever on a jump rope.
Yeah.
But running is not the same.
Wow.
Zone 2 running is so slow.
The
triathlon training, when you're training for longer periods of time, your heart tends to regulate itself and find a comfortable rhythm right there. And your body will work to keep that rhythm. So I see that.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously I don't do zone 2 for all my training.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I like speed workouts. I like tempo. I like adding sprints at the end. Like I do all different types.
Do you do like Pilates or anything or?
I don't do Pilates classes. I do Pilates style mixed
Yeah.
into my weight training.
Okay.
That's what I like. I don't really like a whole hour.
You
for
like
myself,
variation?
I don't see a need for myself to go do a whole hour of Pilates class when I can just mix in all those things.
I noticed a lot of stuff that you show online with working out, those is meant for the people that follow you, that they can do at their house. You don't need, you don't need to invest a ton of money in equipment. You can do it with your body weight. You can do it with, like, a lot of stuff is body weight.
Grab
isometric.
some ankle weights, grab some bands. I love ankle weights, man.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like Pilates stuff, I do a lot of ankle weights. I do heavier ankle weights than probably the 2 or 3 pounds a lot of women. I use heavier ankle weights, but I love them. I use them 3 times a week.
Yeah, I like that, Neil. It's a good point. You make it attainable. It's something that
everybody can do at home. My Pretty Muscles app, I have it all laid out for an at-home program from super beginner all the way to advanced. I have full meal plan. You can do it at home. You can take it to the gym, minimal equipment.
And you get challenges, put your email in, and I get emails from you saying, I got a challenge coming up here.
You're
and it's
going to
like,
win one?
Well, a guy. You don't.
We should do a step bet again. Remember that?
It's not. Your stuff is not for.
I just stopped doing them this year, and I was
we should do it.
No, it's good.
Maybe this fall we'll do another.
Yeah,
one.
Neil and I would walk around the studio.
You've answered this throughout the whole conversation here, but in a capsule, where do you go from here with your business, with just Erin, your family, with like where do you see yourself going and taking this whole thing? Because
I don't know. So there's a big part of me who wants to get more involved in the Marine Corps stuff, the Marine Corps side of the world. I actually talked to a bunch of people this last couple of weeks during CMA week when they were all here about different avenues. I would love to do something like that.
Like how, so being a mentor or like?
I don't know. Like, I think that I can show. So a lot of people, when they get out of the Marine Corps, there's a lot of depression.
Yeah.
There's a lot of.
They don't know what to do with their life.
Mm-hmm. And I think that I could change the outlook of the negativity stigma to a lot of Marines about how crappy life is outside of the Marine Corps when they first get out. Like, teach them that you can go in the Marine Corps, have a successful Marine Corps time, build from it, take what you learned, and have an amazing career outside and still have a great life. And I would love to help them in some way project that, whether it helps with recruiting. Also offered to go back through boot camp. Now, actually, I offered a while back when they combined the male-female boot camp for the first time, because it's always been separate. I said, I'll go back through boot camp. Let's do a big PR thing. I'll go back through boot camp.
What'd they say?
Nobody responded to me.
So we need to make this happen.
Sounded like a great idea. And maybe that stuff has to go through the ranks.
Yeah,
you know how you like
the military stuff.
The military goes,
difficult, very difficult.
Right.
And your dad. It's not an easy topic. Like, just send her through. She's not in the Marine Corps anymore. Just send her back through.
See,
I'd be like 50 years old going to boot camp. I would do it.
It would be incredible. I would watch that.
Yeah, I thought it would be great press, because this was back when this was happening. The numbers weren't. I feel like I don't really know the exact numbers. I know they're really good this year.
Yeah, the Marine Corps more so than any other branch.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're really good
They met
this
their
year.
goals.
I think we had a couple rough years, and that's when I was like, why don't we do a PR thing and try to get women back involved in the military?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it never went anywhere. I don't know. So I would love to get involved in the Marine Corps. I want to keep growing my clothing lines. I have a million ideas in my head. It's just everything's slow. I wish everything happened overnight, but it doesn't. Fitness wise, I think I'm doing everything fitness wise. I just want to keep learning. I have millions of topics that I still want to study on.
That's this whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a year of me. It's all about health, fitness, longevity, learning all the longevities. I want to go to some more peptide conventions and learn as much peptide knowledge as I could possibly learn, and be around like-minded people. I really enjoy that. So that's basic, but
Do you want to know what I thought your answer was going to be?
what?
I'm going to be a full-time day trader and customize Ford Broncos.
Oh, but I do love day trading. Gosh, this week has been
Wait,
so
wait, wait,
good.
See,
I did not know this about you.
You didn't? Oh, I day trade all day. And
I didn't know about that either. It's
June,
fascinating.
June, and it's closed today. I was like, damn it, the stock. I was like, why is my stuff not? It's closed.
What do you not do?
Right now I
nap.
trade.
She doesn't take days off from exercising. She doesn't do that. So there's something.
How'd you get into day trading?
Self-taught. I self-teach myself on everything.
Everything.
Everything. And it's been fun. And I got my kids in it and Neil.
It's a good life skill to have.
Sean I was like, Sean, trade now. Buy now, Sean. Buy now. So
I'm telling you, hanging out with the Opreas that I've been fortunate enough to do, and I've loved every second of it. But we sitting there with the volleys going back and forth. Trade that stock. Do you still have that stock? You're doing well on that stock. And Hunter's like, I almost have enough to buy a Canyon bike, Mom. And you're like, keep going on that one. And it's hilarious.
But it's so fun. It is fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
So my kids started, I gave them each a chunk of money and I said, here, you guys, let's all start learning.
It's great.
I wanted to teach them. And so, that was, I think, in 2020.
Yeah.
And let them day trade because you have to have a certain amount of money in your account. So I said, here is a big chunk that you guys can sit in your account. You cannot spend it, but it allows you to have enough in there. You can day trade as much as you want. You can't spend this money, but you can spend this money.
Yeah.
Here's what I love about you. I feel like every time I hang out with you, I learn something new.
Sure.
And you would think that when you're sitting with Erin, you're going to learn about health, wellness, your body. But now I'm learning about day trading and I'm learning about e-commerce business and I'm learning about the Marine Corps. And I just think
you haven't talked about customizing a Ford Bronco. I mean, that too. I mean, now she's designing Broncos.
I know.
Now it's got to have a unique Erin Oprea touch. And then you got to talk about her designing Airbnbs, which is now going to be featured.
Too.
I've seen the Airbnb. It's beautiful.
I want to buy a farm next.
And get a donkey.
I want a donkey,
pig,
cows and pigs. And
will you name one of the donkeys Neil? Because we've known he's an ass for a very long time.
Yes.
I'm called Grandpa at their house. Thank you very much.
We were at breakfast. This is after a race that got weathered out. Because everything Neil goes
We're in
through.
Galveston, Texas.
You can't bring Neil to races anymore, apparently.
So Neil stays. We all stay together. It's our family and Neil. And Sean, Hunter, and I all race. But right now, at this point, I wasn't racing. I was out for injury. But we were still all going. And Carly.
We're all sitting at a table at IHOP in Galveston, Texas. And
this older gentleman, sweet as could be,
who looked like a veteran, right? Didn't he have that look? He looked like yes.
Tell the story. It was
no. I love the way you tell it because you laugh the whole time. It was horrifying for me. I tell it and get sad.
Just told Neil what a beautiful family he had.
Stop it. That you were the grandpa.
He beelines from his table, puts his hand on my shoulder, and I thought I was wearing like an American flag or something on my shoulder. Like, I remember thinking he's gonna say something.
Your tri-suit is American flag-ish.
Yeah. And then and he goes, I just want you to know you have a beautiful family. And their freaking heads exploded on the spot.
What did you say?
I said, thank you.
You wipe away a tear?
I don't know what to say. You know what?
Oh my God.
I'm usually pretty good at ad-libbing myself out of peculiar situations, but I was dead.
We're like, okay, Gramps. So the whole time it was Gramps.
So now it's Gramps all the time.
Oh
I get text messages now. Hey, Gramps.
It was so funny. It was so, we laughed. But the whole way, the guy was so straight-laced.
So genuine, right?
So genuine. He honestly thought that Sean and I were his kids and my kids were his grandkids.
Yeah.
I wonder who thought
apparently I'm old enough. I look old enough to be her dad.
Or Sean's dad. One of them.
Well, Sean looks like he's in his 20s, so that's easy one.
Do you think maybe she thought that you were Sean's dad or Erin's dad?
Maybe he thought we were married.
He thought I was the patriarch of this whole brood. I don't know how he divided up in his head.
You know what? He probably thought me and you were married and Sean was one of our kids because people would come up to me and be like, you got 3 great kids.
They think Sean is your son?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We went to a boxing class one time. They're like, oh my God, you brought your son. I was like,
boy. Stop it.
Do I have to do that?
He came to watch a soccer game of mine. They're like, did you come to watch your mom play? I'm the only white girl out there, so it was very obvious he was there with me. They call me white girl.
There you go. I'm Gramps, you're white girl.
And,
I love it.
And I was like, that's funny. Yeah, you came to watch your mom play. But yeah, so it's kind of always been a joke that those are my 3 kids.
It's the fun you guys have.
And you handle it so well.
We mentioned at the beginning there, you guys have so much fun together and you're just such a cool unit. And it's like, I hope that when my girls get to your kids' age, that they'll be the exact same way. We interact the same way where we're playful but loving and support each other. And when you do the posts riding next to Hunter and stuff like that over at the Cornelia Fort,
you're just unapologetically you, which I love.
Well, you guys are very sweet. Very sweet.
It's a very hard place to be.
We're not.
I'm not either.
You're not.
I would watch an Oprea.
We had a sweet moment, sure, but we're not.
Would you watch an Oprea reality show? Because I would.
Everyone has asked me about that. Would you ever do a reality show? And we've actually been confronted about that. But I just feel like we would be.
You'd be boring because you get along so well.
No way.
We don't.
Well, actually, you know what?
You don't need controversy to be.
Well,
we
we
don't really argue. If we argue, it's funny. It's not serious argument.
Yeah.
Like there might be a moment where I'm like,
yeah,
but it's not really like we just don't really get mad at each other.
Right.
It's kind of weird.
Right.
Well, I'm manifesting it for you because I would love to watch it. Or can I just hang out with you?
You can come hang out with me.
Okay.
Most people would be boring. I mean, you want to put a book in? I'll give you the other earbuds you can hear.
Yeah, let's do that.
I think you'd have a camera crew in your house for one day and you'd be like,
Well, the camera crew would probably become my best friends and no telling what stuff would happen. They'd be on the show. We pulled them in on the show.
Yeah.
They'd be like, we have to film in the dark because she cuts off all the lights. And then we have to get special filters because every red lights.
But I want to change my bulbs. So I'm trying to work on this. How do I change? I know there's bulbs that you can get that are not red light bulbs that are still blue light blocking. I might go to those, but I really want red light bulbs for downstairs. And Sean, I was like, can I change out half the bulbs? So Sean's like, Erin, please, Lord. He's like, but if you really want it, I'll figure it out. I was like, I do.
Oh.
He's like, if that's what you want, I'll figure out how.
What a good husband.
He's like, I'll hire somebody. He's like, perfect.
He's so
hire
funny.
somebody.
He's like, he's like holding a tail of a tiger with Erin, and he just goes, okay, honey, where are we going today? It's right. He's like, he's cool with it.
It's like after I fell off my bike, I said, hey, Sean, I think we're gonna do I texted him. I was in the sauna. I was like, hey, I think we're gonna do a 100-miler run instead now because I'm not getting on the bike right now.
After she fell off.
This is like right after, and he said, okay, that's what you want to do. We'll do it. And I got us on. I said, maybe we should do 50 this year first. So we're gonna do 50. He's like, whatever you want, we'll try that.
Well,
he is so easy because good thing because my mind is so strong.
Yeah.
That he just kind of like, if that makes you happy, let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh my, he's the yin to your yang for sure.
Yes, for sure.
He makes it happen though.
Yeah. He does
really make things happen.
He executes a lot of my ideas.
We all need that person.
Engine, transmission. That's how I describe you two all the time.
Grandpa.
Like, she's the one that brings the power to the thing, and he's the one that makes sure it's in the right gear, going the right direction. That's the Opreas right there to me. I don't know.
We're a mess, but we have fun.
Well, thank you for letting us be a part of it.
This is fun.
Yeah.
This is great. And you're so wonderful for doing it. I know. And there's like a whole bunch of different topics we didn't touch on right there, but we will sometime. Who knows?
We'll do another one.
We're going to make this set mobile.
Because you're doing the 50 mile. You're doing the 50 miler with us, right?
What?
She's talking to Nikki, right? This is what happened with the triathlon. Dang
but the 50 miler, the fun thing about that, it doesn't matter the speed. I told Sean, it was triathlon, I want to beat him. But for this one, I want us to just stick together and finish.
You would not be able to run slow enough to keep up as slow with that.
Well, they go up to a 20-minute mile. Come on.
Okay.
The average is 15, 20 minutes. I Googled it.
Okay.
That's what Google said.
Oh, okay. Looks like you're doing a 50 mile.
Sounds like I'm doing a 50 mile.
In the fall.
Get ready, Gramps.
In the fall. Gramps
we got some more traveling to do.
Gramps is in. There's gonna make sure my back is
We'll have Denny's afterwards.
We'll go to Denny's instead of IHOP and see what we get.
Yeah.
All right. As a tradition, and Levi, you're involved in this as well, we go to the big wide shot and we turn and we say thank you, everyone, for watching. We appreciate that.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.